Hey, welcome back to part 3. Right, so ready to bring Port Knot City onto the chiral network, guys, and enter the next region. But what we're going to do first here is come over to the terminal and take the order we need. We have to go all the way to Port Knot City, which is pretty much at the opposite side of the map. And there's going to be a very tricky BT area on the way there, which you can't really avoid. So as I'm doing now is I'm taking out the chiral crystals, which are already at this depot. Yes, take out the chiral crystals. I believe this is for every 1,000 which you have on you, you get an extra 1 kilo in carry weight. It actually tells you in the loading screen tip section, I believe. But yes, take that order, guys. Aid package delivery. Yes, aid package delivery. And you also want to make sure you got some grenades with you. Grenades and a blood bag. And of course take a reverse trike. Yeah, normally 1 batch of grenades and 1 blood pack will normally be enough. I mean, if you're on harder difficulties, it might use more blood, I can't quite remember. But yes, for very easy, just 1 stack of grenades, which is 5, and 1 stack of blood will be enough. They do take quite a bit of space, that's why I put the ones I don't need back into private locker as I'm doing. Yes, I'm putting 1 blood bag and the container repair spray because I do not need it. And now I'm getting rid of the EX grenades now that I have better ones unlocked. Right, and once you're ready to go, yep, let's roll out. So on your bike. And yeah, so this BT area coming up, we're actually going to go past 2 on the way there. But yeah, the one near the end, it's in very rocky terrain, very narrow paths, which the game forces you along. But the BTs always spawn in the same place. So I'm going to show you exactly where they're going to spawn. We're going to lob grenades, we're going to kill them, and then we're going to be able to just continue through on a motorbike. Because normally it's very tricky getting your motorbike through that bit. I'm going to show you how to do it. So there's a bridge to the left, which somebody kindly built for me. But I'm just going to cross here, because it's a more direct path to where I want to go. Make sure you've got 2 PCCs on you as well, because otherwise you're likely going to run out of battery. And if you put a generator down over here, use it to charge back up. Because where we're going is on the opposite side of the map, we're going to make a little stop off on that middle way station, Distro West. Yeah, we're going to make a little stop off, guys, just to rest and deliver a Half-Life cube, which if you're playing PS4 version, I don't think it's available for you. I think it came on the PC version and it's also in Director's Cut on PS5. But yes, this Half-Life cube, if you're on PS4, you're probably not going to find it. Yes, you've got BT area here. You see that BT on the left? Keep to the right on that part of the track which is quite kind of clean, you know, no rocks on it. Keep to the right side of this, there's normally a BT on the left, and you get through that without any problems. If you are on your bike and you run straight into a BT, guys, and the circle of tar develops around you and the bodies start coming out, if you just hold R2, sometimes you can get away, sometimes you'll get pulled off your bike. It's a little bit random, I'm not sure there's some sort of cooldown to it. Yeah, but there's another way as well. So if you're on your bike, you drive straight into a BT, your bike will come to a stop straight away, and like I say, the port of tar will appear around you. You're going to hold both the back buttons, the buttons used to stabilise, so R2 for gas and L2 for brake when you're on your bike. So hold R2 and L2. I'm going to try and jump on this guy, and I just missed him. Try to knock his hood off of my back wheel. Yep, hold accelerate and brake, or just basically both stabilise buttons when you do get caught on a motorbike in a BT tar pool. And then after 2 seconds, let go of L2, which is brake. Press L3, which is boost. Of course, all this time keeping R2 held down, and that should allow you to get free. So again, you get caught on your bike, hold both back buttons, gas and brake, for 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, let go of L2, which is brake, press L3, R2 has been held down for all this time, and then that should make it easier for you to get past them. Right, and here, guys, yes, I'm coming along the coast to avoid the BTs, as you can see there's a few there. And this cube, this is the Half-Life cube. If you drive beside it, you can normally press triangle to pick it up without getting off your bike. Yeah, that's a Half-Life cube. That will not be there if you're on the PS4 version, I think, and if you have not read your emails related to it. So if it's not appearing for you and you're on Director's Cut, yes, then you've not been following me very well, guys. You've not gone to private room when I have, and you've not read all the emails. But yes, I just managed to make it here without using a PCC. So we're going to head down here to deliver this Half-Life cube. This is the first part of this quest, and if you don't complete this part, because all the other parts of this Half-Life quest are in the next kind of like big continent region area. Yeah, if you don't complete this part, then the other ones will not become available. So we want to try and make sure we complete this here before we leave this area. And then we can just, if we pass by the other parts later on, we'll just do them as we go by. Yeah, so deliver that lost cargo, the Half-Life cube. Yeah, we get some nice glasses to wear. Gotta look stylish while delivering items. Right, and that's all you're going to do. Yes, we're not going to rest here. I just wanted to deliver that lost cargo. And I did have a problem with this. So when I got to the next area and I went to the first terminal, my PS5 it got too hot and it actually turned off when I was recording. But luckily I was able to reload my manual save and do this whole bit again. But my trophies had already popped, of course. I'm just going to go show you. So when you deliver that lost cargo, you should have got a trophy. And when you go past one of these little signs with a heart and a little baby face, go and buy them. You'll get a like from BB and you'll get another trophy if not already. Yes, a baby blessing. So them two I got from there, and later on I'll show you a few other trophies you're going to get, but when we get to that point.
Please access delivery terminal for further information.
And any trophies you don't get, by the way guys, when I get them, don't worry too much, because most of these ones we're getting early on should pop naturally. Right, make sure you got one PCC before we go for this next bit. Of course, make sure you got him hematic grenades as well, and a blood bag, and then come across here. Yes, make sure you got one PCC at least. I'm gonna head across this bridge. Right, we're coming into that territory now, guys, where the BTs very tricky to get past this bit. I had a lot of trouble here on my very first playthrough of this game. Yep. I mean, you want to take this bike everywhere because of how fast it is, but yeah. They've kind of made this area in a way that it's really hard to get your motorbike through without any prior knowledge. So in a minute I open the map and I'm going to show you the route I take. Just make your way up here. You got quite a lot of branching paths you can take here, but most of them are really rocky, but it's one which is like a little track and it's a really good route to take. Just got to make sure, remember, these BTs are always in the same place when it's like a story appearance like this. They're always going to be in the same place, so try to take the same path that I do, you know, same pathing. Right, so this is where we are. Yes, get past them tutorials. So the path we want to take along here, yes, around this corner. Yep, then we come here. Now just there's going to be some BTs on that bit. I'll show you when we get a bit closer on the bike, but yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, there will be two BTs, so be very careful. When you see me turn, make sure you turn as well. Now there'll be BTs there as well, which will be in our way. I'm just showing you the BTs which are in our way, by the way. Yeah, there'll be two there, then there'll be a few here, and if there's two more up here. Right, and then you just got to get out of there, guys, and you're in the clear. Okay, so let's do it. So yes, look how clear this path is. So you got a nice little track. Try to stay in the middle of this and it should be clear of BTs. And when we get to this little bend bit up here, so you see the two BTs on the left. Yeah, here, go tight right. See them two BTs? Go tight right to avoid them. You got to do wheelie here or jump over them rocks. And then once you get past them, I get off my bike, equip a grenade, and there's always two BTs up here. They might not be in exactly the same spot because they do seem to like just float around. But yeah, stop a grenade to kill them. Otherwise, I always get caught on my bike when I drive into them. And like I say, you might get caught and you might get pulled off. If you do get pulled off, by the way, when the big boss spawns, just lob grenades to kill it. Or just run out of the area and it'll eventually despawn. Yes, you've got two more BTs over there. As you drive forward a bit more, get back on your bike. There'll be two more lots yet, two more pairs. Right, it's carrying a bit more. Now here, where the chiral bandwidth stops, just stop here, guys, and put a PCC down and just charge up your motorbike. If not, you're not going to get down to Port Knot City without running out of battery. Trust me, you're going to run out of battery if you do not put them down here, unless you found one from somebody else. And while that's building, I'm just going to come up here and get rid of these next two BTs. So these ones, they don't seem to appear until you get a bit closer. Look at this. So I'm going to move closer, and you're going to see the pool of tar appear on the floor when they're coming for me. Here we go. I'm just going to lob a grenade at that, guys, and that get rid of the BTs. That's it. Now go and get back on my bike. Should be charged up by now. There's going to be one more pair. Yeah, just one more pair of BTs, and then we're in the clear. So yeah, I'm going to stop about here. Right. You might have just seen him fade out, fade in slightly and fade out. There he is. So lob a grenade. And that's it. We should be able to get past them all now. Right, so straight up there, guys. Do a boost. Do a wheelie and jump over them rocks, and you're in the clear. Got a straight run down to Port Knot City. But first, we're going to get 2 memory sticks. So the first one, just kind of do a U-turn from where you came. Take a wide U-turn until you come to this other kind of like path you can take. Now do not go too far through here, because this takes you back into that BT area, and I actually slid down the hill here. So be very careful that you don't do this. Yep, sliding down the hill. Now there's a memory stick here, but this memory stick is just out of the way of the BT, so it's safe to get this. So yeah, grab that memory stick there, guys. Use your scan if you can't see it. Yeah, so grab the memory stick. Once got it, come back out to the main clearing and make your way down to Port Knot City. Yeah, you've got a really nice view coming down here. Yeah, this kind of like this. So that's tutorial area done. Quite a long one for a tutorial. Yeah, when you play this blind, it can take you like 5 to 10 hours to get through this bit. And that's just kind of like the tutorial. Yeah, so all the way down here. Yeah, your bike normally stops about here if you don't charge it up as you go through that BT area. Yeah, it's going to be one more memory stick. Well, it's actually going to be 3 more in this video. But yeah, this one over here just needs some containers. And there's something about the emails which I want to point out to you, and the private rooms, which I've had a few comments about in the previous videos. I just want to clear up why we're doing that. But yes, you see this container half buried. There'll be a memory stick just near the barrels. There it is. Grab that memory stick. That's it. And then we're going to come over here, guys, and go down into the depot. Yeah, so the reason we're going to the private room, of course, good thing about it is you also charge it your bike or your vehicle. You charge it the battery, repair it as well. And of course it heals BB if he's gone into autotoxemia. It also refills your stamina and whatnot. But the main reason is because sometimes emails will not trigger unless you rest in the private room. You might have noticed by now, sometimes when you wake up in the private room, get control back, you'll get all like mail notifications on the left. They're emails which only come from resting in the private room. Yeah, so down here, guys, just gonna deliver that cargo. Yeah, and there'll be certain kind of like orders or ranks. See, like connection level, then they get locked unless you look at a specific email. Yeah, I'm just going to show you trophies, which I should have just got then. Yeah, they get locked until you view a specific email. And some of these emails, they have to be ones which come from resting. And these emails which come from resting, they can like queue up. You won't know they're there because they're kind of hidden until you rest. They queue up in like a pending menu. But you can only trigger so many at once when you rest. I think it's like 3 or 5, something like that. So if it's not like, say for example, you got 20 pending emails, which you get from resting, you're not just going to get 20 all at once. Like I say, you can only get like a maximum of like 3 or 5 trigger at once when you rest. So if you never resting, you're going to have like a massive backlog of pending emails, and you could be potentially trying to level up a specific way station or distro, and their level could just be locked, like just before level 3, for example. And little do you know that you actually need to rest, trigger an email, but that email will not trigger yet because it's right at the back of a bunch of other emails. So that's one of the main reasons why we're doing a lot of resting, guys. So here, you want to make sure you take out 1 pack of grenades and 1 blood bag, which are full. You might want to take out some more, just be on the safe side. I mean, if you're on harder difficulties, you definitely want more than what I'm taking. But these bosses go down so easy, on very easy. Yeah, they go down so quick. So yes, 1 stack of grenades and 1 blood bag should be enough for very easy, guys. But take just 1 extra pack of grenades just in case. But there will be some grenades around in this boss area. It's not like you're in trouble if you run out. There will be some more to pick up. Yeah, and then once you've done that, get through cutscenes, you'll automatically go down to the private room. So you might see here, you might see email notification on the left. So you see that mail received. So it's things like this, you can only receive them email types from when you're resting. And like I say, some of them will lock, they might lock like rank levels or something else, or orders. So you definitely need to be doing this. You can view them, of course, anywhere, but you can only trigger certain emails when you rest. They don't have a massive impact on the story, but as we go further into the game, we're going to be doing kind of like side orders as we go through the game. Just so you know, rather than go from a long way from A to B, we want to try to make that efficient. So we're going to take more with us. So do like multiple orders at once. Yeah, do not take your motorbike, leave it there guys for later, because up here cutscene's going to begin and you will not be on your motorbike anyway. You'll get kicked off it, so yes, leave your motorbike there. Yeah, and I wouldn't say I know exactly what emails trigger what. Yeah, because there's so many. So this is why just sometimes when we're passing by a distro guys for a private room, we're going to be resting. But yeah, anyway, here for this boss, yes, so just lob your grenades. You can see how much damage it does on very easy. Tons of damage. And he will jump in and you have to wait for him to come back out again. But do not just stand in the tar for too long, because it will destroy your footwear really quick. Yeah, it will destroy your footwear mega quick guys, so yeah, try to get out of the tar. But yes, look how quick he dies on very easy mode. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game on hard, I know because I've done it. So yes, you'll get a few trophies there. You'll get one for beating him, for defeating your first catcher if you haven't already, and one for completing that chapter. But yes, when you kill these big bosses, they drop loads of chiral crystals. So we're going to grab all these. Yeah, did I mention earlier on as well about the weight? I think I did, didn't I? About the tip is on the loading screen, and for every 1,000 crystals you have on you, it gives like an extra 1 kilo of carry weight extra. But yeah, they always drop a lot, and if you get caught in a B2 zone, by the way, and they pull you underground, it spawns you with one of them bosses. So actually getting caught in B2 zones can be a good way to farm them, because they drop so many chiral crystals. Right, up here. Yeah, we're coming up here before we progress the story, because there's a memory stick. Yes, grab that memory stick from there, guys, and then drop back down and continue the story. Yes, make sure you grab that memory stick. I mean, you can get it later, but just get it now while we're close by. Yeah, it's quite a short video, this one. I mean, I did a little bit underestimate how long this took. It's quite tricky with this game to gauge how long things take, because time just goes by so quick when you're delivering orders. Right, it's off limits, so of course we're going to go there. There'll be a few more cutscenes, and they're going to spawn in the next area, guys. This region is massive. Yeah, this is like a proper main region in the game. You got kind of that one we were just at. You got another smaller one, a lot smaller later, which probably like a quarter a size. Probably less than that of that very first region. But yes, once you spawn in, grab your aid cargo, which you need for your main quest, your main order. Jump up here, guys, and grab that memory stick. Yes, grab the 3 aid packages that reach with the star icon. Grab the memory stick on that container. And when you come up here, grab this lost cargo for Lake Knot City. Yes, grab that lost cargo. When it comes to Lake Knot City, we'll be unlocking the long range bike a bit later. And just completing normal quests, it will not quite push it up enough. So in order to unlock it as soon as we can, we need to just do a little bit of lost cargo to Lake Knot City along the way. But yeah, so just grab that cargo. It will just allow you to get a few more likes here. Like I said, it will come in useful later. Yeah, so when I get into this next terminal, I interact with it, trigger the cutscenes where this next kind of bandwidth area comes online, and that's when it kind of like makes my PS5 overheat. Yeah, but it's mainly when I've been playing for a long time, I guess. Because I practice on other accounts before I record. You know, my computer's normally been on for an hour or so before I actually get to recording this. And so it's already kind of hot. But I did stop my recording down here just in case it did turn off again, and look, and it did. So it's luckily I did pause it. So yeah, it's going to come down here, and now I'm going to save my game because this is where, yeah, this is where my PS5 turned off. So I'm just going to make a manual save. I'm going to stop my recording. There'll be a brief edit here. That's it. I stopped my recording, guys, and I started it again. That's it. Now I'm going to deliver the requested cargo. Yeah, so these cutscenes, this codec calls, are which really get your PS5 working hard. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I thought it was going to take flight or something. It gets so loud. I think I do need to get a Pro. Yes, I can't imagine how Death Stranding 2 is going to be. Yeah, if they've got 30 days away, I have to think. It's just so bloody expensive, aren't they? And I don't really need them. I've already got 2 PS5 as it is. Got my old one and my slim one. Right, so after this, yes, you'll get kicked down to private room automatically, I believe. I mean, what we'll be doing later, we'll be reading emails before we go down to private room. Because sometimes you have to read an email you already have, and then once you've read that email, then it will push another email for when you rest. Then you rest and you'll trigger that new one. So yes, later we'll start reading emails before we go down to private room, guys. So if any new ones have triggered, then of course we'll hopefully trigger them when we rest. But yes, down here. So see there, it's got a new email again. Of course, that's another one which comes from resting. So I'm just going to look at the map. I probably should have read these before I come down. But yeah, it's got an email there. It's going to read the interviews. Yeah, so I couldn't quite download any memory sticks yet, but it don't matter. Right, and once you're done, guys, we're going to go outside. Yes, just leave the private room and make a manual save, and then that'll be it for part 3. Yeah, should hopefully unlock the motorbike on the next one. Well, we'll definitely unlock the power skeleton, which will be nice. So yes, I'll leave it there for part 3, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on part 4 tomorrow.